Imagine if Adam Smith, the father of capitalism, and Karl Marx, the revolutionary theorist, were to rise from history and confront the modern world. What would they make of our society today? Would they find their ideas still relevant, or see the flaws in both their theories? Their intense debate could offer us a glimpse into what kind of future we should pursue. Tonight, let's listen to their voices and take a closer look at the essence of our time. You speak of the invisible hand guiding people, but do you truly understand how that hand operates today? Have you looked into the reality of the modern workforce? Think of those laboring in vast logistics facilities and delivery hubs. They are bound by systems that demand relentless efficiency, allowed barely a breath between tasks, constantly under pressure to maintain productivity, or else face reprimands, pay cuts, or worse. The freedom to pursue profit has stripped these people of their humanity. Do you truly believe this is the order you once envisioned? You're far too sentimental, my friend. Yes, labor can be demanding, but capitalism offers something far more significant, the engine of innovation. Take, for instance, the companies producing revolutionary green technology or pushing forward communication tools. The competition driving these breakthroughs fuels the collective good. Individual ambition and enterprise create new possibilities for society. Without capitalism, we wouldn't have the advancements that define modern life. You speak of advancement, but for whom? The workers who enable these innovations see little of the wealth their labor generates. Instead, they're exploited by the very systems you praise. Think about the way algorithms control their lives. A driver's pay, for instance, is tied to ratings and rankings that limit not only income but also their future within these platforms. To stay competitive, they are forced to overwork, all while their productivity is reduced to mere data points. Where is the humanity in your vision of freedom? But these systems provide fair opportunities. By ensuring people are rated based on merit, they promote a level playing field, allowing anyone to succeed regardless of background. Algorithms can be impartial and effective. The rating systems give workers a way to earn their due, a fair return for their efforts. Isn't that what fairness should look like, an economy where hard work is rewarded and everyone has the chance to advance? Is that your idea of fairness? To be chained to an algorithm that doesn't account for context or circumstances? Lower ratings translate to less pay, fewer opportunities, and a cycle of forced labor to keep up. Workers are at the mercy of faceless systems, unable to assert their own worth. This isn't fairness, it's a dictatorship of data. People are trapped, living under the constant fear that a single mistake could ruin them. This system of judgment is the very antithesis of freedom. And yet your vision is nothing more than control. You seek to impose a centralized management system upon individuals. I believe that people should shape their own destinies. In a world driven by competition, human potential is realized. It's the challenges of the free market that lead to invention, new technologies, and advancements. If we shift to a managed economy, as you propose, we'll trade progress for stagnation and eliminate the spirit of enterprise that moves society forward. Progress, yes, but where does it leave the worker? While technology advances, people are displaced and alienated from their labor. Imagine this, automation and artificial intelligence are now eliminating jobs, forcing workers to adapt or lose everything. Today, workers' livelihoods are measured, assessed, and even controlled by AI systems that decide who stays and who goes. This isn't about dignity, it's about an inhuman process that values profit over people. The freedom you so prize has become a soulless machine, reducing people to cogs. You're reluctant to acknowledge reality. Yes, change can be cold, but it's a catalyst for growth. Humanity has always adapted to change and grown stronger through it. Competition and innovation are the very forces that shape us. A free market provides the trials and opportunities people need to realize their potential. Without that, people would grow complacent, society would stagnate, and we would halt our own evolution. You call it evolution, but at what cost? As technology takes over, countless individuals are left behind, unable to keep pace with the relentless demands of efficiency and productivity. Their worth is reduced to numbers, dictated by algorithms, and sold back to them as a necessity. If you see no cruelty in this, you are truly blind. These so-called advancements are destroying the very dignity of human life. And that dignity must be earned. Competition is a crucible that forges resilience. If people expect progress to happen without hardship, they've misunderstood the world. You want a system that gives everything equally, but in such a world, there is no ambition, no incentive to push boundaries. Look at the cutting-edge companies whose developments inspire the world, but they exist in the society you're describing? Without the rewards of a free market, we'd lose both motivation and greatness. Ambition for the sake of what? At the expense of whom? Your cutting-edge companies are consolidating power, stifling smaller businesses, buying out competitors, and turning the market into a battleground for survival. They prioritize profit over people, and every acquisition, every innovation makes it harder for ordinary people to find fair employment. Your system benefits the few and subjects the rest to a precarious existence, constantly struggling to keep up. That is the price of growth. Capitalism has never been about everyone reaching the same level. It's about those who work hardest, those who take risks, coming out ahead. You want a world where no one fails, where no one loses. But that's an illusion. People must be given space to succeed, to compete, and yes, to rise above the rest. It's that drive which builds empires, creates wealth, and pushes humanity forward. Your drive has created empires, all right, but at the cost of workers' rights, their well-being, and even their futures. Look at how gig workers and independent contractors are forced into precarious conditions with no job security or benefits. They are free only in name, held captive to platforms that control their hours, their pay, even their reputations. Your so-called freedom is a cage. Freedom isn't a cage, it's a responsibility. Everyone has a chance, and yes, that means facing the ups and downs. Some workers find that uncertain, but many others thrive on it. By controlling how people work, you're stifling their chance to define their own paths. We are not responsible for shielding everyone from failure. People must be given the liberty to navigate risks and face challenges. And what about those who can't navigate risks because the very systems meant to empower them are engineered to exploit them? They are constantly exposed to insecure conditions. They may be paid by the task, evaluated by a machine, and replaced if deemed inefficient. How is it freedom when individuals cannot even determine the worth of their own work? My vision is of a society where each person has dignity, where wealth is shared, and where support is given to every citizen. You overlook the fundamental value of humanity itself. Their debate rages on, neither willing to concede. Smith envisions a world where freedom drives innovation, while Marx dreams of a society built on equality and dignity. Though they may never agree, the pressing issues of our time lie within the heart of their arguments. Are we headed toward a future driven by competition or a path that fosters shared progress? Or perhaps a future needs both? Through this conversation, each of us might find our own answers.